Have you ever had someone close to you try to destroy your dreams and you still had to prove them wrong? If you believe in fighting for your future, go ahead and like this video, subscribe, and join this family because this story will stay with you. This is the story of Grace Johnson, a girl who refused to let life close the gates on her future. Grace didn't scream when she saw the envelope. She just stood there, frozen, staring at her name like it might disappear if she blinked. The postman cleared his throat impatiently. "Madam, will you collect it or not?" That was when she snapped out of it. Her hands trembled as she took the letter. Thank you, sir." She didn't open it outside. No, this moment was too important. She ran inside. Her mother was in the kitchen, stirring a pot. "Mommy," Grace called softly. No response. "Mommy," she said louder. Her mother rushed out, wiping her hands on her wrapper. "What is it?" Grace couldn't speak. She simply handed over the envelope. Her mother read it once, then again, and then her eyes widened. "Grace!" "I got it," Grace whispered. "I got admission." "University?" Grace nodded, tears already forming. "Yes, Mommy, university." Her mother pulled her into a tight embrace. "God has done it," she cried. Moments later, Grace's friend Deborah burst into the compound. "Is it true?" Grace laughed through her tears. "We're going to university." "I got mine too," Deborah screamed. They hugged, jumping like little children. "We made it." But from the doorway, her father stood watching, silent, cold, unmoved. That night, Grace placed the letter beside her pillow. She touched it again and again, just to be sure it was real. "This is my life," she whispered. But sometime deep in the night, her door creaked open. Her father stepped in quietly. He picked up the letter, looked at it, then walked out. Minutes later, that letter was gone, burned, destroyed, gone forever. Morning came. "Mommy, have you seen my admission letter?" "No, you kept it yourself." Grace searched everywhere, her bag, her bed, under her pillow. Nothing. She rushed to the sitting room. "Daddy, did you see my letter?" He didn't look up. "Which letter?" "My admission letter." He slowly folded his newspaper. "You were not admitted." Grace froze. "That's not true. Mommy saw it." Her mother stood silent, eyes lowered. "Tell him," Grace cried. Nothing. Silence. "Face your life," her father said coldly. And just like that, her dream was taken away. But Grace didn't give up. She tried again, and again, and again. Each time, the same thing happened. Letters disappeared. Hope vanished. Doors kept closing. By the third time, she stopped telling anyone. She hid her admission letter with her friend, Deborah. "I don't trust this house anymore," she whispered. But somehow, her father still found out and took it again. That was when something inside Grace broke. Not her dream, no, her fear. She stopped begging, stopped crying, stopped waiting for permission. One morning, she tied her scarf firmly, lifted a tray on her head, and walked to the university gate. "Pure water, cold water, biscuit." Students walked past her. Some ignored her, some laughed, but she stayed. Day after day, she stood at that gate, not as a student, but as a seller, watching others live the life she was denied. That was when she met Daniel. "Give me 2 water," he said. She handed it to him calmly. "You come here every day?" "Yes." "You are not a student?" "No." "But you sound like one." Grace didn't reply, but from that day, he kept coming back, encouraging her, believing in her, something she hadn't felt in a long time. But not everyone was kind. One afternoon, a flashy car pulled up. A girl stepped out, removing her sunglasses slowly. "Do you have change?" she asked. Grace nodded. The girl looked at her tray. "So this is what you do now?" Her friend laughed. "The gate girl that wants to be a lawyer," she mocked. Grace didn't react. "Your change is complete," she said calmly, and continued working. But something powerful was happening. Every day, Grace stood near classroom windows, listening, learning, memorizing. She picked up discarded notes, read torn textbooks, studied under dim light at night. "If I can't enter, I will still learn," she whispered. Years passed. 7 long years. People moved on, friends graduated, life went forward. But Grace stayed at the gate. Until one day, a lecturer stopped her. "What is consideration in law?" Grace answered instantly. "What makes a contract valid?" She answered again. The man stared in shock. "You deserve to be inside." Grace smiled slightly. "I know." Days later, a man overheard her correcting students. He listened carefully, then said, "She's right." He stepped forward. "I'm Samuel Clark." He tested her knowledge again and again and again. Each time she amazed him. Then one day he asked, "Why aren't you in school?" Grace looked at him quietly. "Because I wasn't allowed to be." That was all she said, but it was enough. A week later, he returned. "I want to sponsor your education abroad." Grace blinked. "Why?" "Because you are too brilliant to be here." That night, she told her mother. Her mother held her hands tightly. "You must go." "But what about you?" "I will be fine." "Don't tell your father." The days moved quickly. Documents, passport, preparation. Her mother even sold her belongings to help. The night before her flight, they sat in silence. "Promise me something," her mother said. "Don't come back the same person." Grace nodded. "I won't." At dawn, she left. No noise, no goodbye, no turning back. For the first time in her life, she wasn't watching others leave. She was the one leaving. But life abroad wasn't easy. New accents, new environment, new struggles. She worked evenings at a restaurant, studied at night, slept little, but she never complained. "Have you eaten?" her mother would ask. "Yes," Grace would reply, even when she hadn't. Then one day, a professor noticed her. "You think differently," he said. That was the beginning. He guided her, challenged her, pushed her, and Grace rose. By her final year, she was the best, top of her class, respected, recognized, unstoppable. On graduation day, her name was called Best Graduating Student. She walked to the stage, calm, confident, victorious. Years later, she returned home, not as the girl at the gate, but as a lawyer. Her car stopped near the university. She stepped out, looked around. Memories flooded back. "Pure water," she whispered, smiling. Then she heard a voice. "Grace." She turned. Her former lecturer stood there. "You came back," he said proudly. "Yes," she replied, "and I'm here to open doors." Soon, she began helping girls, paying fees, giving scholarships, changing lives. At the same gate where hers was once denied. Then one day, a familiar voice called her. She turned. Her father stood there, older, weaker, broken. He fell to his knees. "I'm sorry." Silence filled the air. "You didn't just deny me education," Grace said calmly. "You denied me time." Tears filled his eyes. "Please forgive me." Grace took a deep breath. "I forgive you." He looked up, hopeful. "But things can never be the same." And with that, she walked away. Grace stood at the gate one last time, watching students walk in, especially the girls she helped. She smiled. because once upon a time, she stood outside watching life pass by. But now, she was the one opening the gate. And if there's one thing this story teaches us, it's this. No one has the right to decide how far you go in life. Not your background, not your struggles, not even your own family. Because when determination meets opportunity, even the girl at the gate can become the one who owns the key. This is African Folk Tales by Tani. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and leave comment dear. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you took a lesson from this story. Enjoy your day. Bye-bye.